Satang Prasanga.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's session. I pray that all is well with you and your family. So today we're reading through another sutra, and it goes as follows. Please read along with us. We need to learn what it means to live always through the strength of Krishna. Acknowledgement and admission of our own incapacity and taking it to Krishna is required. Learning to face circumstances by His strength is a slow, expanding discovery. We seem only to take shelter and call out when our strength has completely proved insufficient. There's a very beautiful Native American saying, our relationship with the Lord is such a beautiful part of life, yet it's so tragic that it only takes place in the worst circumstances. Meaning that only in times of difficulty do we really pour out our heart, do we really connect to the Lord from the heart. The rest of the times, yes, we do the formality of visiting the temple, we do the formality of the sadhana, we do the formality of the worship. But is the heart connected? Is there a connection from the heart during those times? But we know for sure when there's times of difficulty, when there's times of trouble, for sure the heart is connected. So there's a nice saying that one who's committed to nothing will be distracted by anything. Why? Because there's nothing tangible. You don't have any real objectives in life. And the process of endeavoring in devotional service, be it tough, be it challenging, that itself is a reward. When we're growing spiritually, even endeavoring is progress. And that's a great thing because we started, we're endeavoring. We may not be succeeding, we may not be reaching the results that we want, but we've started. So even endeavoring is progress. So the way we're living now, we're completely separate from material nature. And that in itself is a level of spirituality for many. It's called pantheism, where one can see the divinity in material nature. So that itself is remarkable because by reaching perfection in that, then one comes to the Brahma Bhuta platform. Brahma Bhuta prasanatma na sochati na kanchati samah sarvasya bhuteshu mad bhaktin labate param. That when you reach that level of seeing the divinity in everything, that's a great level. No na sochati na kanchati, no hankering, no lamentation at that stage. And yet we don't even have a relationship with the Lord in that stage. So we haven't even come to that platform yet. And then beyond that is the relationship with Krishna. So can we see how far we are in our relationship with the Lord in terms of intensity? In terms of intensity. Yes, we pray. Yes, we visit the temple. But can we also see that all of that is formality? And that the real thing that matters is the heart? Prabhupada would say, the real thing is feelings. Feelings. Just like Sanatana Goswami, Gopal ate the chapati from him without salt. Why? Because there was feelings. So when we're doing our spiritual sadhana, some feelings, our heart must be part of the equation. And that's difficult. Unless we practice that at first, it's very difficult. So we haven't even reached the pantheistic level of realization yet. What to speak of the tangible, real relationship with Krishna. We have something that's there, but is it stable? In a moment, it can go. Why? Because we haven't learned to take shelter of Krishna's strength. Today's sutra is saying we need to learn what it means to live always through the strength of Krishna. Wow, I love that so much. Live always through the strength of Krishna. That means not only when we're in trouble, that's when we give our heart, but the reality is always live in His strength. It goes on to say, acknowledgement and admission of our incapacity and taking it to Krishna is required. We have to acknowledge where our limits are, what's our threshold. By continuing to react in this way, only during difficulty, we teach the mind and the brain that this is religion to me. This is how I pray. This is when I should give my heart, when the circumstances is really tough and I know there's no other options now. Now I have to surrender and give my heart. And if we do that regularly, we start to teach the mind that this is my modem, my mode of prayer. And the mind starts to learn that. And it starts to understand that this is the way this person prays. But in and itself, this is not the way I want to be. I want to love Krishna. I want to serve Krishna. But by responding only during difficult times and not taking shelter of His strength in all circumstances, then we teach the brain and we teach the mind, this is how you should respond. So what Krishna is teaching us is to develop the loving relationship. So when you have the loving relationship, just like in matrimony, they say through rich and poor, difficult and what, I don't know. I've never chanted those mantras, so I don't know. But I heard that this is what they chant, to difficult, to rich and poor, forever, and till death do us part, and all of that, yeah? So why? Because there's relationship. Because without relationship, you're not going to go through all those things. This is the point. Unless we have that relationship with Krishna, we're not going to go through all these difficulties in life. And we're going to rather take shelter of our own strength during those difficulties rather than taking shelter of Krishna's strength. It goes on to say here, learning to face circumstances by His strength is a slow expanding discovery. See, have you gone on that adventures yet? That discovery of learning to take shelter of Him. It's a process. And in and itself, it's sweet because it's going to end up in a love affair between my sweet Lord, our sweet Lord, and ourselves. That's so beautiful. So learn to endeavor on that discovery. So gradually this kind of mindset develops into something so beautiful that the pure devotee starts to offer his entire life to the Lord. It's not just items and things anymore, his entire life, every moment. I'm reminded of His Holiness Gaur Govinda Maharaj, who had this deity Gopalju. And every time he would go to the West, he would go and visit the deity, take darshan, tell him what he's going to go do, where he's going, talk to the deity. And there's people who would say the deity would talk back to him. So it was a remarkable relationship because you're serving Krishna. So we're expecting the pure devotee effect to happen to us just like that because we chanted or took Mahaprasad or took initiation. No, it's a process that's gradually going to develop through this by gradually offering every moment to Krishna, taking strength of His shelter every moment. And this is the Bhagavatam. If we read the Bhagavatam is nothing but the beautiful interactions between Krishna and His devotees. And if we read those prayers that are there, none of them start with, please help me, I have this problem, this situation. No, prayer means first you glorify the Lord. So I hope you enjoyed the class today. Please join us again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.